You are being manipulated right now, not by a person, not by an ad, by a number on a menu. And the worst part, you walked away feeling good about it. Think about the last time you ordered food, or picked a streaming plan, or bought something on Amazon. You looked at the options, you thought it through, and you made what felt like a smart, reasonable choice. But what if that choice was engineered? What if someone who has never met you, who does not care about you, who only cares about your money, already knew exactly what you were going to pick before you even sat down? Because that is exactly what is happening every single day to almost every single person. There is a psychological trick built into the menus you read, the websites you browse, and the stores you walk through. It has been studied at MIT. It has been tested on millions of consumers, and it works on smart people, educated people, careful people, because it does not target your logic. It targets something much deeper than that. It targets the way your brain is wired. Today, you are going to learn what this trick is, how it works, exactly where it is being used on you right now, how much it is actually costing you, and most importantly, how to stop it. By the end of this video, you will never look at a menu the same way again. Let's get into it. The trick is called the Decoy Effect, and the simplest way to explain it is this. Companies add a third option not because they want you to buy it, but because it makes another option look like the obvious, intelligent choice. It is not a glitch in the system, it is the system. Here's the study that proved it. And this comes from Ariely, one of the most respected behavioral economists in the world. He ran an experiment with students at MIT using real subscription offers from The Economist magazine. Group 1 was shown two options, an online-only subscription for $59 or a print and online combo for $125. When people only saw these two options, most of them picked the cheaper one. Makes sense, right? Now, Group 2 was shown three options: online only for $59, print only for $125, and print plus online also for $125. Read that again. Print only and print plus online were the exact same price. Nobody in their right mind would pay the same amount for less, so nobody chose print only. But here's what happened. That middle option completely changed how people saw the expensive combo. Suddenly, getting both print and online for $125 felt like an incredible deal compared to getting just print for the same price. The result? Most people in Group 2 chose the $125 combo. Just by adding one useless option, one decoy, the company nearly doubled how much people spent. That's not marketing, that's behavioral engineering, and it's being used on you constantly. Let me walk you through exactly where this is happening in your everyday life, because once you see the pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Start with restaurants. You open the menu. There's a burger for $9, one for $14, and one for $22. Your brain immediately rules out the $9 one. It feels cheap, maybe low quality. Your brain also rules out the $22 one. It feels indulgent, maybe a little wasteful. So you land on $14. Feels balanced, feels smart. But here's the truth. That $22 burger barely sells. The kitchen might make 10 of them on a busy Saturday night. It is not on that menu because it's a popular item. It's on that menu because without it, $14 feels expensive. With it, $14 feels like a bargain. The expensive option is not a product, it's a psychological anchor. Now go to the movie theater. Small popcorn, $5. Medium, $8. Large, $8.50. The large is literally 50 cents more than the medium, so almost everyone grabs the large and feels clever about it. They got more for almost the same price. What a deal! Except you did not need that much popcorn. You never finish it, and the theater knows that. They priced the medium high specifically so the large would feel irresistible. You spent more than you planned, and you left feeling like you won. That's the trick working perfectly. Now look at your streaming services. Basic plan, $7 a month. Standard plan, $15. Premium plan, $22. Most people land on standard. It feels responsible. Not the cheapest, which might feel low quality, not the most expensive, which might feel excessive, right in the middle, where they always wanted you. And on Amazon and online shopping, you've definitely seen this. 3 versions of the same product side by side. One with bad reviews and a low price, one with an outrageously high price, and one right in the middle that looks like the perfect balance of quality and value. That middle product is the target. It was always the target. The cheap one and the expensive one are just there to make it look good. And here's what makes this especially powerful. These layouts are not accidents. These are not choices made by someone who thought, well, we need 3 options. These are decisions made by teams of behavioral scientists and pricing strategists who have run thousands of tests and know with data exactly how to position options to maximize what you spend. They are not guessing, they are certain. Now let's talk about why your brain falls for this, because this is important and I want you to really hear this. Falling for the decoy effect does not mean you're not smart. It means you're human. Your brain is working exactly the way it was built to work. Companies are just exploiting that. Here's the core issue. Human beings are almost completely incapable of judging absolute value. If I asked you right now, is $14 a fair price for a burger? You genuinely do not know. Maybe? Depends on the burger? Depends on the restaurant? You have no internal calculator that gives you a clean answer. But if I put a $22 burger next to it, suddenly 14 feels very reasonable. Your brain now has a reference point, and it feels certain. This is called anchoring. The first number you see becomes the benchmark that everything else is measured against. Companies know this, so they put the highest price first or make it the most visible because it sets the ceiling. Once your brain accepts that ceiling, everything below it starts to feel like a deal. There's also something called the compromise effect. Humans are deeply uncomfortable with extremes. We do not want to look cheap. We do not want to feel wasteful. So when we see 3 options, we instinctively gravitate toward the middle one. It feels safe, balanced, socially acceptable. Companies build entire pricing strategies around this instinct. And here's the deeper truth. When you pick that middle option, you're not making a financial decision. You're making an emotional one. You are managing how you feel about yourself. You are avoiding the discomfort of feeling cheap or reckless. And that emotional management is costing you real money. Let us put some real numbers on this, because I think this is the part that actually changes behavior. Say the decoy effect nudges you to spend $5 extra per purchase. 2 purchases a week, that's $10 a week. That's $520 a year from restaurants alone. Now add coffee shops. How many times have you gone for the medium instead of the small because the pricing made it feel pointless not to? Add streaming services. Are you on the plan you actually need or the plan the pricing page steered you toward? Add grocery stores. How many bulk deals have you bought because the per-unit price looked amazing, even though you only needed a fraction of it? Add Amazon. How many mid-tier products have you bought because they looked like the smart, value-conscious choice between 2 extremes? Add it all up, conservatively. For an average person making ordinary, everyday purchases, the decoy effect may be responsible for $1,000 to $2,000 in unplanned spending every single year. Not from one bad decision, not from a big impulse purchase you can look back on and cringe at, from hundreds of small moments that each felt completely logical and responsible. That money does not disappear into thin air. It goes from your pocket into the pockets of companies that understood your psychology better than you did. And this has been happening since you got your first job, since you started making your own purchases, maybe for decades. Think about what that number looks like compounded over 10 years, 20 years. That's a vacation fund. That's a down payment. That's retirement money. That's real. So what do you do about it? Here's exactly how you protect yourself starting today. The first thing you do is anchor yourself before they anchor you. Before you open a menu, before you visit a pricing page, before you walk into a store, decide what you need and what you're willing to spend. Make that decision in advance before any numbers are in front of your face, because once the prices are visible, the anchoring has already started. Get there first. The second thing, ignore the most expensive option completely. Don't even read it. Don't let it register. Its only job is to make the middle option feel affordable by comparison. If you don't give it that power, it cannot do its job. Skip past it. Pretend it doesn't exist. The third thing, stop comparing to the menu and start comparing to your real life. Instead of asking yourself, is this a good deal compared to the other options here? Ask yourself, is this worth what I had to do to earn this money? Think in hours, not dollars. If you make $20 an hour, that $14 burger cost you almost an hour of your life. Is it worth it? Maybe yes, but that is the right question, not, is it cheaper than the $22 one? The fourth thing, pause before upgrading. Anytime you feel pulled toward a bigger, better, or more expensive option than you planned, stop for 60 seconds. Genuinely stop. Ask yourself out loud if you need to, am I choosing this because it serves me or because the pricing made it feel smart? That 60-second pause will save you more money than almost any other financial habit you could build. Because the decoy effect works fast, it works in the moment, but it cannot survive a moment of real reflection. The fifth thing, recognize the three-tier setup on site. The moment you see three options, low, medium, high, you now know you are looking at a decoy structure. That does not mean the middle option is wrong. Sometimes it genuinely is the best choice for you, but you should be consciously choosing it, not drifting into it because the pricing made it feel inevitable. See the game, then decide if you want to play. Here is what I want to leave you with. The decoy effect is not going away. Companies are not going to stop using it. If anything, as behavioral science gets more sophisticated and as more of our purchasing moves online, where layouts and pricing can be tested and optimized in real time, it is going to get more precise, more invisible, more effective. You cannot change that, but you can change what happens inside you when you encounter it. Awareness is not just knowledge, awareness is armor. The moment you recognize the three-tier setup, the moment you catch yourself comparing to the most expensive option instead of your actual needs, the moment you pause before upgrading, you have broken the spell. And every time you break the spell, you keep your money. Your money stays in your life, in your savings account, in your emergency fund, in your future, where it belongs. You were not bad with money. You were not weak or impulsive or careless. You were playing a game you did not know existed against people who had been playing it their entire careers. Now you know the game. Now the rules have changed. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. A friend who always seems to overspend without knowing why. A family member who never feels like they have enough left at the end of the month. A partner who is trying to get better with money but doesn't know where the leaks are. This is the kind of thing that changes how you see the world, and it should be taught in schools. Since it isn't, we share it ourselves. If you want to keep learning how money actually works, the real psychology, the real patterns, the things that actually move the needle on your financial life, subscribe right now. New video every week, all of it designed to make you smarter, calmer, and more in control of your money. See you in the next one.